Up next, we are lucky enough to get the inside scoop on Avalanche Studios and id Software's Rage 2.
That's right, and here to talk about it is Tim from id Software and Magnus from Avalanche. Guys, welcome to the Mixer stage.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Really appreciate you guys coming on here. First things first, a lot of people don't, may not have played the original Rage. Can you get people up to speed, maybe?
Yes. So that's a big question.
Yeah, it is. I realize that.
So Rage 2 is a futuristic, post-apocalyptic world, and it is a true open-world game in the style of Avalanche Studios with classic id Software style first-person shooting. So it's the best of both worlds in one game. That's great. That's
Correct. Good summary.
I was like, that's it. Yeah, I was gonna say perfect.
I mean, yeah, that kind of nailed it.
Yeah.
Is that okay with you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
We can move on to questions.
Yeah, okay. So what I'd like to know is that by the sheer size of it, and with it being post-apocalyptic, we want to know kind of how this would have survived. How big is this game?
Depends on how you measure it. Like I usually say big enough in all
Yeah,
cases.
sure.
Because like the open worlds that we do, we don't measure them in metrics or anything like that. It's like more dependent on how frequent you want the gameplay to be, how often you see something interesting that you want to explore, and so on. How fast can you travel? So that's one way of measuring a game. In hours of gameplay, with hundreds of hours of gameplay possible for you.
It's
like
Magnus big, not tin big.
Magnus big.
Magnus big. Oh,
Is that a term you use around the office or something?
yeah.
Like, this is Magnus big, guys, okay?
See that guy's sandwich? It was Magnus big.
Crazy Magnus big sandwich he had. Ridiculous.
And so obviously the map itself, is it bigger than Rage 1?
Oh yes. So one of the things that we struggled with, is a good term, in Rage 1 is we had these level loads, where we were in one part of the game and you kind of loaded a level in another part of the game. Well, whereas in Rage 2, with the Avalanche Apex technology, we have the entire world, and there's no level loads, it's all seamless. The gunplay that you experience, you do that anywhere.
Wow.
You can race anywhere, you can drive anywhere. It's truly open.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And then with this, so there's no level loads.
Yes.
The map's Magnus size.
Magnus big.
Magnus one. Can we explore this with our friends or maybe bump into strangers? Is there a multiplayer aspect?
No, at the moment we're focusing on the single player experience for the base game, and that's what we want to focus on.
I think, frankly, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I love those types of games as well. We do have some plans for connectivity in other ways between players to create a good community around the game, but we'll talk more about that a little bit later on in the
Yeah,
campaign.
but I'm sure people having spent a lot of time in a single player will be really keen about that.
Yes.
Now, obviously, big world, hundreds of hours of gameplay. What kind of toys are we going to get to play around with? Let's talk vehicles, let's talk weapons. Can you share a little bit?
Yeah, so one of the things that I like most about Rage 2 is the player nanotrite abilities, or like the superpowers, for lack of a better description. Whereas like in the first Rage, we lightly touched on some of the ways that the main character is special, but in Rage 2, we added combat attacks. So as you play the game, you will find these different abilities, and when you combo them up, and you'll see that in the video, so when you combo those attacks up, you can really have some dynamic, robust gunplay.
And what's your favorite of these?
Well, my favorite is not one that we're actually showing, but I love to pop bad guys up in the air, hit them with the wing stick, and then shatter them before they hit the ground. Awesome.
Fair enough.
Dang.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
And what about you, Magnus? Is there a Magnus big combination that you like to?
There's a lot of different combinations, but I'm actually more into the weapons than the nanotrite abilities. If I'm to choose a personal favorite, I think we are doing classical id style combat, and for me, the shotgun is always the tool of my choice in an id style combat game. And then, of course, you combine that with the nanotrite abilities. So, kind of the same thing, throw them up in the air, let them float around, and then you shoot them away with the shotgun.
Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah.
And the wing stick is back.
Yep.
So a fan favorite from Rage 1 is the wing stick, but it's Magnus
What is a
big.
wing stick for anyone who maybe doesn't know and has heard a lot about a wing stick that gets people out of the sky? What exactly is that?
It's a killer boomerang.
Great.
Yep,
Good.
a wing stick, got it.
I think that's a fair enough explanation.
Yeah.
You were talking about, the classic id combat. a lot of people are saying it looks a lot like the Doom remake in terms of like combat. Where would you say you draw the most inspiration from for this one?
So for the that true id style combat, really the inspiration comes from the 25 years that we've been making games, and we learned a lot from the original Rage that we applied. The guys applied to Doom 2016, and then we've carried that on into Rage 2. And really, when you play it, and it's playable here on the show floor, when you play it, people walked away and said, that feels like an id-style first-person shooter in a crazy open world.
And with a lot of open world games out there that are playing with that post-apocalyptic, I knew I'd get that word.
Hardware, it's a lot of
post-apocalyptic setting. What is it that makes Rage 2 different for them?
Well, we actually want to call it post-apocalyptic. So
Okay.
we're taking it a little bit further. So the apocalypse has happened a while back, and in the more classical settings in this genre, like everybody's struggling to find food and water, and it's like those details. But we have like pushed it a little bit further, so the world is on the rise again. Like living people are organizing themselves into different cities and so on. We have these things that we call the ecopods that's come down to Earth, and they drill down into the ground to find water, and they purify that, and they make the Earth fertilize again. So that there are a lot of greenery and so on. So it's a world that is on the rise rather than downfall. So that's a big difference when it comes to the setting, I would say.
Very interesting. So jumping right on that, can you give us a preview of Rage 2's narrative and how it kind of connects to the first one?
Yes, so Rage 2 takes place about 30 or so years after the events of Rage 1. So I know people will ask, well, do I have to have played Rage 1 to enjoy Rage 2? No. We'll get you up to speed quickly. You play as a new character. Your character's name is Walker. Walker has a voice. Walker will talk, which is nice.
Awesome, yeah.
Kind of fill you in on things.
Yeah.
And we have some characters and some things that have come from Rage 1, but we have a whole bunch of new characters, a new story. It just takes place in the same universe, but it's a game that stands by itself.
Perfect.
And a little spoiler, or a little fun fact for everyone watching who didn't already know, directly behind this booth is Rage 2.
Yes.
Which means that all day we've been walking around and we've been seeing that incredible design aesthetic that you guys literally popped with when it came out. How did you get to that point? And why did you want to convey something the way you have?
Is it more the art style or the gameplay or everything?
I mean, either. There's something about it that people can't stop going on about, right?
Yeah.
Like
It's called pink.
Yeah, is that happening?
We invented pink.
I wanted pink. Now, but
Rage 2 pink.
yeah. Rage 2 pink. I like that. There's a new
Ooh,
color
there
in
you go.
this.
There you go.
Yep.
There's your first DLC.
Yeah.
Nailed it here. Yeah, perfect.
No, but the art style is like we said from the beginning that we wanted to add a lot of color to the game world and to the game in general, because both companies has mastered all the shades of brown previously. So hey, we
Fair enough.
felt like we need time to add some color to it. So we took a lot of look of what's around and went back a little bit in time to the 80s and the 90s and the comic books around then that showed post-apocalyptic settings then, and they were actually really colorful and fun. So we want to take the game in that direction.
Can you imagine like a dead world? Everyone would be vying for anything that just like sets them apart or looks unique or just gives it that loud aesthetic. I dig it.
Yeah.
Especially someone wearing this today.
Yeah, maybe that's pretty obvious.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know what? That means a lot. Thank you so much. Let's talk about the crafting in Rage 2. Can you tell us like what kind of things we can craft and how deep that goes?
We heard about the water purifying.
Right.
earlier. Is that other element?
That's not a crafting. That's more
That's
a
just-
Oh, it's not.
setting.
Oh,
Okay.
it's just
setting
setting.
thing.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, I mean, again, the world is healed itself.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
we're not desperate for, like Maggie said, we're not desperate for water, so we've evolved. So on the crafting, there are things that you can collect and do, but a lot of our focus is on spending the rewards for accomplishing activities. You can spend them on yourself, on your weapons, on your vehicles, and on your abilities. So that's where we feel will have the biggest impact in the gameplay.
Awesome.
But you can craft wing sticks.
Yes, you can
Craft. So is this like you gather materials and you make it, or can you customize it, or is it?
Both.
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 All right, great.
Amazing.
Well, that was easy.
Yeah, so actually, while we're here, everything being easy is wonderful, but what was the most challenging thing about making Rage 2?
Well, I think just in the beginning of the process of making this game, it was challenges for us at Avalanche Studios to get the right feel of the id style combat into our engine. But having these guys next to us, like helping us and supporting us, it was a challenge from the beginning, but relatively easy to overcome. We learned a lot from the id people who helped us with everything from just the basic ideas of the game design around it. I have good contact with their sound people, their animators, and everybody. So like, it took a while, but it was surprisingly frictionless thanks to the help of these guys. So
that's awesome.
It was a start.
Nice. They're so nice.
I'm Swede.
Yes, Sweden is the Canada of Europe. Everybody there is like nice.
As someone from Europe, I can agree.
Yes.
Definitely not England is the Canada. Definitely not. We're all terrible.
I'd have to come visit. I love compliments. I'm a big fan. That's great. So on the inverse of that, we've been asking everybody kind of what's your favorite part of Rage 2? What was the most fun you've had making it?
For me, it's the doing combos with the abilities. Like I said, popping guys up in the air, hitting them, shattering them, and the dance of death in combat.
Ooh, all right, I like that.
What was your favorite part?
My favorite part of the game, I actually think I'll pull up another thing that was existing in Rage 1 that we wanted to push even further, and that's Mutant Batch TV. It's like that's kind of like a good, just takes the whole game and puts it into a arena fight type mode where you just have a lot of fun. It's exaggerated, it's lighthearted, and it's like just a good amount of action, and you can use all the tools.
Like a TV show, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Cheesy TV show, kind of over the top. That's awesome. That's great.
And now we've seen fans have been going crazy about it since all the information online, and like, you know, this is my day job, but social media for you guys has been absolutely killing it. Is there anything that you want to tell these fans who are super excited and I just want to get their hands on it?
Well, it comes out spring of next year. It'll run 60 hertz on the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X.
No, that's great.
And of course on the PC it's way faster.
Awesome.
Very, very
Well,
nice.
thank you guys so much. We really appreciate your time. Before we let you go, though, we're going to do some trivia for people in chat. So get those controllers and keyboards warmed up. Again, you don't have to type in chat to answer. You just click the interactive buttons on the screen. Don't type in chat. You're killing our mods, guys. Absolutely killing them. First question is coming up right now. When was the original Rage's console version released? 2009, 2015, 2012, or 2011? And don't answer it.
Oh, I thought we were.
No. Give it a
You can answer if you want, but maybe give them a chance to have a guess first. I have a feeling you guys know the answer.
Get that wrong.
Time's up, and the answer?
2011.
2011.
They get it. Let's see how many people got it right. Fingers crossed that's a good one to come out the gate with.
All right, 24%.
Guys, come on. It's only going to get more difficult from here.
Yeah, it's only getting worse, you guys.
Okay, I mean, on that note, I will lead us into the second question. I hope you guys have been listening, because here we go. What was Rage released on before home consoles? Engage, Nintendo DS, iOS, or Nvidia Shield?
I don't think you know.
Do you know?
Unbelievable.
I know.
But you don't. Oh, I want you to take a guess.
Quickly, time's
Yes,
up. Quickly,
yes.
be the answer.
What,
Oh,
No?
Unbelievable.
the third one.
The third
The
one?
third one.
iOS.
The
iOS.
third one, iOS. I mean,
Nice.
you guys have got some research.
That's-
Maybe they're too distracted by the Rage 2 Pink. They're just like, we don't need anything else. I just want the pink.
That's the only excuse. Oh, how about you guys read the next one?
okay. Yes. So, what is Rage 2's signature color? You better all.
I'm literally.
Because we've been talking about this for 15 minutes.
Let's see it. You got 6 seconds on the clock here.
I don't know.
Now-
It is a lovely shade of green you are rocking over there.
Yes.
Do
All right.
love
What do
it.
we got here?
Let's see it. Come on, guys. You know the answer.
Please.
Of course,
Please.
it's pink. The answer is pink. Let's see how many people got it right.
Yay!
61%.
61%. Thank you.
I still feel like it should have been higher. But
I
I'm
know.
not-
61. That's like what was?
Yeah, come on,
39%
guys.
of the people doing.
Now, this is my favorite one because this is something that I thought I was really cool for knowing this. But what hit show was Rage featured in a light gun game? Was it Breaking Bad, The Office, NCIS? Is that
Right.
yeah?
It's an American show, you know.
Yeah, I figured. Or American Family. I
Modern
remember-
Family.
Give,
all right.
Give me.
All right.
Get rid of this paper. It's
would-
been a long day, guys.
I would
Hey,
love if that's what they called it. in any
American
other-
Family.
This one's gonna be tough. I'll be surprised.
I knew
if-
this one.
See it.
I
Time's up.
promise I knew it.
Nice.
It's not because it's written over there.
Breaking Bad.
Yes.
Breaking Bad. That was.
I
a good
remember
one.
seeing it in the show, and then it gets to the credits, and it says what the game is, and I was like, I know what it is, and it turned up, and I was like, yes!
Wow,
nailed
you
that
stayed
one.
for the credits just.
And I knew I'd be here one day, so I could tell you that I promise I did that.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Next question is up. Players assume control of Ranger Larry, Jim, George, or Walker.
That's an easy one.
You'd hope. But it clearly 61% on pink, so I don't know.
Yes.
It's anybody's game.
How,
at this point.
maybe they slipped
Yes.
to the other ones.
Yeah, maybe. Also, it's important to note the faster you guys answer, the more points you get.
Yes, and remember, we're located in Texas.
Oh, good hint. There you go. Good hint there.
Oh.
Good one.
The answer, of course, is
Walker.
boom.
Walker.
Fuck.
70%.
That's
Wow,
better.
they got
Somehow
that's more than pink.
more than pink. But sure, why not? The next one I
Oh,
think
it's
is
a good one.
an interesting question. What company accidentally listed Rage 2 before its official announcement? GameSpot, Walmart, Target, or Best Buy? This made it over to the UK as well. Like
Yes.
those are all American stores. I'm very, very aware. But it's all we could talk about over there too.
Oh,
Yes.
this is a great question.
Known for their low prices and inability to keep a secret.
Oh my God, so funny. All right, time's up, and of course that was Walmart. Shout out to Walmart for making us.
That's
great.
almost as much as pink.
Our good
59%.
friends.
Wow, that's great. That's great.
Great with names, not good with leaks and colors. We've got an interesting audience.
That's
here,
so
I'd say.
funny.
Oh, this was a tough one.
Ooh, all right. How about you guys take this one?
All right, so Walker must survive in a world inhabited by dangerous mutants after it was hit by what? A nuclear satellite, space garbage, an asteroid, or hit by a space station?
Well, when you laugh through one of the options, obviously they're not going to pick that one.
Why not? Well,
Spoiler
space
alert,
garbage.
it wasn't
everything
space
of
garbage.
the above, right?
Yes.
There we go. Time's up. Did everyone get it? It was asteroid.
Asteroid.
Turn out asteroid as
Very
well.
nice.
Very, very good.
That was fun.
That was awesome. Thank you guys
was
so
pretty
much.
good.
This was actually my favorite on camera.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just saying that
Oh,
because
it
they're
was.
still
Actually,
switched on.
There we go. Sonic Zoom or Sonic 007M. Congratulations on winning 112
Well done.
points.
Congratulations to
Yay.
you.
Now, thank you guys so
Bragging
much.
rights. Screenshot that.
Shout out to chat for participating. Really appreciate it. There are way too many games to keep track of this year.
Indeed there are. But let's get some help from our friends over on the show floor. Take it away.